Is high IQ low IQ a real thing? Is high IQ low IQ a real thing? Yes. Are some people born smarter than others and some are born dumber? Yes. Or the environment they grow up in dictates the levels of IQ? Yes. IQ is very hard to pinpoint the source. You can have very intelligent parents and stupid kids, and the opposite is true. However, I would also say it can be nurtured, as kids with a lot of privilege could develop with better IQ. That being said, you can have a high IQ and have the wisdom of a frog. Or you can have a low IQ and be literally the best at something. My understanding is that IQ is a measurement of G, or general cognitive ability, basically how fast your brain computes, is able to recognize patterns, etc. I think there are two aspects of your question. 1. What determines a person's IQ? From my understanding, both genetic and environmental factors influence IQ. I believe on the low end IQ is about 50 genetic. This link likely increases when extreme environmental factors are ruled out, i.e. malnutrition, abuse, etc. So overall, as nutrition has increased in the past 100 years, people's IQs have increased as well. 2. How accurate is IQ as a measurement of intelligence? Kinda hard question to answer, since you have to define intelligence first. There is some evidence that IQ correlates with how successful you are in life, like how much money you will make. There is some correlation between IQ and how fast your brain works, but it's not 100. There's also the factor that intelligent people don't always succeed in life, and what cultural factors may influence your ability to do well on the test. IQ, short for intelligence quotient, is a measure of a person's reasoning ability. In short, it is supposed to gauge how well someone can use information and logic to answer questions or make predictions. I'm not sure what more proof there is of this than looking around at the people you grew up with. Was there not always a stupid kid in school? A smart kid? These kids had very similar education, yet you knew all along that one kid was stupid and one kid was smart. Intelligence is not the only factor. I did not say it was, but the question is if intelligence IQ exists. And it does. Stop telling me other things play a role, obviously they do. If nobody ever taught Einstein how to count, he would not have been a mathematician. Clearly education and other factors matter. Yes, Virginia, there are smart people and there are dumb people. Yes, some people are born with a high IQ and some with a low IQ. Environmental factors may have some influence, but the vast majority is a given. But the IQs and AD of people do not differ significantly. And acquired skills will dominate. Edit. Environmental factors may have some influence. I worded this wrong. English is not my first language. I meant that you can't really increase your IQ by studying or adding. Environmental influences such as diet, mental health of course have a significant impact on human brain development, so they also affect IQ. Yes, but it's not fashionable to admit it anymore because the implications are too depressing for a lot of people to deal with. IQ is a real thing, in that it is a statistically reliable test, but it's also been shown to be a horrible measurement of intelligence, in that it only measures a few forms of intelligence rather than general intelligence as a whole, and there are many forms of intelligence that IQ tests have no form of measuring. As Albert Einstein once famously said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. I don't necessarily agree that everyone is a genius at something, but there are many forms of intelligence and ability. People are no doubt born with varying levels of natural ability in varying areas, and it is just as doubtless that our upbringing plays just as large a role, maybe even a larger one. Edit. Clarified a bit of the first paragraph. Yes. You're going to get a lot of responses about how icky it feels to quantify it, but the truth is there are people who will never be able to think abstractly enough to understand things like calculus. This video from Vertiseum will answer all your questions about IQ, https://youtu.bfkkpslskpy. Intelligence is basically two things: creativity and problem-solving ability. IQ is one of the most well-documented scientific phenomenons in history. There's a reason the military uses IQ tests for placement. Because it's measurable and it works. That being said, IQ isn't just a product of birth, there's also tons of factors that go into it. It doesn't stop increasing until you're done growing basically, and nutrition, family, lifestyle, education, temperament, all play a very big role in forming your intelligence. Yes, take the extreme low IQ side, which is a mental disability. That shows you it exists to some level. Also, there are distributions of height, weight, strength, speed, flexibility, and all sorts of other things within humans. Why not believe that there could be differences in brain function or capacity as well? Or why not believe that there are certain brains that work different with respect to how they process information? Now, with that said, I believe the brain can be trained. Take a guy with a 110 IQ and give them a good education and love and care versus a 130 IQ in an abusive single-parent home with shit education, and I take the 110 to perform better. Same as I'll take a well-trained middle-aged marathoner to perform better than the son of a pro marathoner who was raised on donuts and video games. Posting this on No Stupid Question forum. Just kidding. Absolutely. You will see this everywhere. Remember 6th grade math classes. Same teacher, different student. But not everyone got the concept. Same analogy everywhere in life. Most definitely. I've got a processing speed IQ of 84, and that sounds about right. Both. Your environment will contribute to what you were born with. I won't put much stock into IQ. Sure, there are smarter people, wiser people, and more talented people in different fields. In most cases, if somebody has to boast about IQ or slip it into a conversation, it's likely not a conversation worth having. There's so much to know, nobody can know it all. One can be book smart but fail in every other aspect of life. One can be a mob boss yet barely be able to read. All depends on what metric you use to determine intelligence.